And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. High school hockey is on the air right here at the MNHockey.tv. And I say with a bit of sadness that this is the last game of the regular season that we're going to do here, and we will not be doing any sectional playoffs, so you don't need to text or ask if we're doing section. We're not!
But if you want to know who Pete picks in the section, just email
but I appreciate viewers. So, if you want to know who I'm going to predict in the sections, you're going to have to tune in to the Overtime Hockey Podcast coming up on Monday. Bart already knows who it is.
Or you can just ask him.
And you can't copy me.
Okay, well then I'll just throw out my offerings. Probably not correct.
The Minnetonka Skippers and the Edina Hornets are going to close this one out. Of course, Brandon Shantz is your goaltender. He's seen a lot of the work for this hockey club over the latter stages of this hockey season. He's been really good for the Minnetonka Skippers and Sean Goldsworthy's addition.
Yeah, and I'm sure Anders Irene, the backup, or the other goaltender, supports him quite well, but he's been playing very, very well, as you said, Pete Wagner. Boy, he's a dynamic player. Anybody who hasn't seen Minnetonka so far this year, number 10 in the blue, very dynamic.
We're going through the starting lineups. These two teams for Edina, 12-9-3 on the season, taking on the Skippers an even 12-12. I don't know if this game's going to have much to do with section seedings at all, but there's been some teams that have lost along the way here today, Bart. So there may be some implications here in this one for each of these teams. They both play in different sections, but it could have some meaning as well.
Well, maybe as far as section play, even if it doesn't have any meaning in section, this game means something to both of these programs. A lot of pride out on the ice right now, very familiar with each other, and Edina looking to avenge a 3-1 loss back at Pagel. So I think there's a lot to play for tonight.
We will pause for your national anthem. We're going to face it off here in about 2 minutes right here at the MNHockey.tv. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, about to get underway. It's the Edina Hornets and Minnetonka Skippers. Hornets wearing their white, green, and gold sweaters. Very kind of old school North Star looking like, actually. But I still think the best looking uniform in high school hockey adorns the other end of the rink with the Minnetonka Skippers. The blue and white of the Toronto Maple Leafs could not look better. And it looks good here tonight.
You are so provincial, but hard to argue with that, P. Wagner. But I like this matchup tonight. Two teams looking to kind of prove something to themselves. Edina trying to avenge a previous loss in the year. Minnetonka playing some pretty good hockey of late. So really the final wrapping up of this late conference, one of the toughest conferences in the group. I'd like to say hello to a couple of people early. Doug Dornsife, one of our
Steady
Eddie, and Holy Angels coach Pat Griswold joining us tonight. Congratulations, Coach, on a big win today.
Kind of scouting mission.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Hopefully we can help them to provide some insight, but here we go.
It's going to be put back into the Edina zone as they'll be moving from right to left across your screen, rung around the boards. And we thank you for your patience. 30 minutes after the originated start time, but they had a thrilling JV game that ended in a 0-0 overtime with plenty of scoring chances and great goaltending. Back in behind the net, now it's Boltman. Keppers jams him. Now Miller, this talented defenseman, plays this deep. Now Lagerback is there as he's checked on the play. Boltman on him. DeVoe is there as he tries to play this one up the boards. Onto the stick of Lacombe. Now Lagerback comes away with it. Shot that's deflected away. And off the boards it goes into the center ice area. That's off the stick of Miller. No, it's not. And icing the call will bring it back into Edina territory.
Well, a big hit. It was Johnny DeVoe that actually was on the receiving end of a check. Kind of got his attention quite quickly. But Loudon Hogan goal for this Edina Hornet team. I think he's been one of the best goaltenders in the state in the last half of the season, Pete.
He's athletic, he's engaged, and the bigger the game, the bigger he is. Puck got stuck up off the netting, and Jimmy Clark tried to retrieve, but it dropped to the other side, so they'll have to get a new biscuit.
Right, that's one of the first pucks that hasn't cooperated with Jimmy Clark up late.
That's fair. Very fair, Bart Archer.
Face off to Loudon Hogan's left. We're early in this. You can feel the excitement in the building, the intensity, and the crowds are starting to file in. Pretty good representation for both communities.
Yeah, and this is the type of game where no matter what, you can throw the records out. It's going to be high level, very intense. These teams know each other quite well, to say the least. Back into the Edina zone it goes. Down on the play goes Henry. There's Streeter to bother Borst to the right wing side. Putting on the brakes is Clark as he plays this over to the near boards. There's a quick shot, deflected. Nice save made there. Shantz got right up on that redirect. You want to be as close as you possibly can. Did the job and turned it over to the corner where they battle now. Newhouse was in there along with Clark. Now there's Borst with a wrist shot that's deflected. Bumps this off the boards. Knocked back by Conan to the left wing side. Swatted at there. Now it's going to be Streeter finds an opening and plays this one back in behind as Hogue cuts that off. Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson, the senior. Ahead he goes. That's deflected up high in the air. That was off the stick of Bear as it's going to be Shantz to play this around. Morton makes the read, lifts the stick. There's Whitliff with a shot that hits Emmett Wurst. And now it's going to be played back into the corner. Conan there with it as they look back up ice.
Oh, Boltman's going to get a penalty.
Boltman will get whistled down for a penalty. And he's going to get called for the cross check. Speaking of Emmett Wurst, I'd like to say a special hello to Pat Scanlon, who's watching from Florida. He is, of course, Emmett's grandpa.
Hello. Glad
hello
to have him with us.
Boy, he has had some grandchildren that have played the game of hockey as good as any.
Yeah.
Thinking about the
Minnesota
Hurleys,
owes him a little thank you for that.
The Wursts, it's a long line.
Indeed it is, and they're solid contributors to this Edina program as well for many years.
Pat, thanks for being a loyalist. We love to have you. Back up at the line now. It's going to be played into the corner. Lacombe is there, plays up for Miller. Now it's going to be handled over to the left wing side. Now it's going to be Lagerback into the corner. Keppers back up for Lagerback. He'll guide this one up. Power play has always been crisp here for this Skipper team this year, and they are really big on the backdoor play with the umbrella setting up top.
Well, it's hovering around the 28% mark, so they have had some great success. But Boltman in the box, one of the primary penalty killers for Edina. The challenge grows.
Back into the corner it goes. Kepper is there. Gunnar Johnson is there. Lagerback fished out of there, played back up to the line. No, it's going to be Keppers that gets that up to Kiffin. His wrister's deflected away. Nice stick by Morton, but it's going to be played back over for Lagerback, top of the left circle. He wanted a dangle on the play there. Instead, they go back up to Kiffin. One-timer pad save and a beauty there by Hogue. That came off the stick of Miller. He was jammed hard by Nicholas Williams there, and then got away with a bit of a stick off the back of the leg of Lacombe. Now rink wide, quick touch pass. Lagerback loads it up. He hit his own man. Keppers in front. Now Lacombe comes away with it, leaves off for Miller. James Miller, fan, stays with it, carries it back up high, top of the right point. Miller plays back over to the near side. It's going to be Lagerback with it, puts on the brakes, accelerates back up to the line for Kiffin. Ooh, Kavanaugh was nearly off to the races there for the Hornets. 20 to go in the power play as it's going to be Lacombe. Cycles out of the corner, lays that one up for Miller. Back up to the top of the umbrella. There's Kiffin. Lagerback shots deflected, knocked out of there. High stick coming up on the Hornets. Boy, that thing nearly waddled its way off the post and in. It stays out. Lagerback, quick wrister into the midsection. And that's stopped by Loudon Hogue as he hangs on.
Wow, as Nicholas Williams, it's a good eye-hand coordination. Actually, that puck went straight up. I don't know if Loudon Hogue knew where it was, but it looked like it might have had threatened going into that goal. But Nicholas Williams knocked it out of midair. But pretty good kill by the Edina Hornets so far. Many block shots, just 4 seconds left in the penalty to Boltman. Been pretty good power play as far as possession, but Edina tightening up in their own zone, being a man down.
Now it's Willie Johnson off the draw as they're going to be back at full strength as Boltman races over to the bench area. On steps Borst. And here come the Skippers through center. It's going to be Henry with it. We saw this Skipper team play absolutely terrific against the Eden Prairie Eagles about a week and a half ago. And they seem to pick up their game a notch when they're pushed. Now it's going to be Borst with it. Tries to work inside on Zitzlov. Henry hustles back. Bumped over to the far boards. As the Skippers will watch that to the corner. There's a nice feedback door attempt there. Now it's going to be Clark who skates up to the forehand. That's steered out of there with the blocker pad. Nice save made by Shantz.
Well, Jimmy Clark is a name we're going to say quite a bit for Edina if they're playing their game, as is Jackson Boris. Pretty good offering by the Hornets, but Brandon Shantz hasn't seen a lot of action early in this first period. Kind of looks pretty comfortable. Ramped that one up out of play. Face off to his right.
There's a wrister. That's pushed off the boards. At the line, nice play by Overman. Ooh, nifty move. Worked on there by Conan. Plays back up for Boltman. Left side for Nicholas Williams. Shot that's off Rugemer, the big frame in front. They look for Rugemer off the end boards. As now it's going to be Williams as he lets that shot go as that deflects up off the netting and out of play.
Well, Edina getting some zone time. Pete, I don't normally do this, but I want to give Luke Rugemer a little tap on the shins. Got his first goal against Buffalo. He worked so awful hard. I just wanted to get that. It's now representation in the scoring column, so good for him. Now he can move on and get a bunch more goals as Edina moves forward. But face off once again to Brandon Shantz right.
In to take the draw will be Emmett Wurst. He goes up against Lagerback. I like that matchup. A couple of big frames in the squared circle. Here's Lagerback through center. Works to the forehand. Inside out on Boltman. There's Hogue to make the save. Lost the handle. And the faceoff will come up inside the zone.
Well, when Teddy Lagerbach's playing his game, he's very difficult to defend. He kind of managed his way through traffic, even got around Boltman, put a backhand on Loudon Hogue. He made the initial save, but then the puck danced him. Fortunate quick whistle for the Edina Hornets. Faceoff in the Edina zone as Coach Kurt Giles changes the forward group.
Lacombe and Clark in the draw, the senior and the freshman. Picked off at the line by Lagerback. Wrister off the glass. Back in behind. It's Boltman with it. He looks ahead. Knocked down again. Nice play by Keppers. His shot wide of the mark. Boy, these Skippers have a good jump in the offensive zone. They are all over these loose pucks.
They certainly came to play.
And they're winning the battles right there. There's a nice play again. Off the end boards. Lagerback is watched by Boltman. Now Clark gets knocked down by Keppers. And back to center it goes. That's off the glove of Anderson. He better hurry as Willie Johnson hounds him. They'll bump the end boards with that as Bear comes away with it. Long pass to the left wing side. Here they come across the line. Streeter accelerates to the outside. Shot. Nice save made there. Hogue was there. Now it's Borst with it to center as he's going to play that one in deep. They get a change. He'll stay on and continue through on the forecheck. They'll come back out with the worst line as this is the tail end of a... Well, now they got most of the change done as it's Newhouse across the line, inside out. He can dangle. That misses the mark. Now it's Henry with it as he's checked by Wyatt Wurst. Emmett Wurst plays that ahead for Morton. Now they're going to transition out of the zone. Here comes Morton. Finds Wurst. Kicks it back up to the stick. Carries this one down low as he's checked on the play. Good defensive play there. Back through center for Newhouse. To the right wing side. There's a quick shot off the toe of the skate. Ripped around the boards. Streeter is there. They look off the side of the net, and that's going to be covered up by Hogue with the faceoff coming up to his left.
Well, pretty good shot by this Skippers team, and that was Streeter that took that shot. Loudon tried to go short side very low, but Loudon Hogue, nice job of kicking that pad out and making that save. He decided to hang on to that, give his coach a chance to get some fresh bodies out on the ice. I like Minnetonka's energy, Pete. They aren't giving Edina any room at all. Plus, they're really putting a lot of pressure on in the offensive
They're winning
zone.
puck battles like that right at the line.
Indeed they are.
Back in behind the net it goes. That's Harris. I think that's the first time we've seen this line tonight. Harris, Worms, and Quinn. Back in behind the net it goes. Conan will have that set up for him as Shantz was there. Conan outlets to the right wing side. At center, nice touch pass through. Ooh, Harris with a nifty move. On the tape, Worms across the line. He's stick checked on the shot by Overman. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Hogue. That was a good one. Now it's going to be off the skate of Conan to center as he'll be watched by Overman. Now it's going to be back over for Conan. He took that one from Zitzloff. Gunnar Johnson was there. Puck will be guided in by Liam Worms, and back to the far corner it goes for Whitliff. Henry Whitliff looks up ice. That's deflected into the skipper's zone. Stopped, though, by Anderson as there's Borst for Clark across the line. Clark tried to dice through the slot area. Borst, who's been hot in the goal-scoring column of late, Bart Archer, tried to throw that one on net. Now Lager back. Plays that one wide of the mark. Boy, it was 34 engaged for these skippers against the Eden Prairie Eagles a week and a half ago.
It looks like he's pretty engaged tonight as well.
It's kind of reminded me of the same thing. Left wing side to Willie Johnson. I mean, he always is, but I mean, next level engaged. There's a chance and a nice save. Chance robs Borst off of that opportunity.
Boy, he came out and challenged him one-on-one. He came 3 feet outside the blue.
Boltman plays that one back into the skipper zone as they're going to play this one through to center ice. Knocked in by Nolan Williams. To the bench goes Borst, and out comes Morton. Work this one across the line. Nicholas Williams is there. Nice check thrown there on Kiffin, the defenseman, caught in down low. Now here's Streeter behind. Clark is there. He tried to shovel it on the backhand. Now there's a quick shot taken by Lagerback as he's brought down by Williams. Lacombe down low as that's knocked away. Boltman now with it as he'll work his way out of the zone across the checkered line. Wrister, blocker pad save. That one is through. Now over on the far side, big check thrown by Morton there. Skipper's cut off. Morton was there once again. Now it's on the stick of Miller. He gets away from one man, plays it to the right wing side for Streeter. Wyatt Wurst off the boards for Nolan Williams off his stick. That's Vandon. Here comes Emmett Wurst down for Williams. Down low he goes. There's a shot turned aside by Shantz. Nice chance there. Bigger save. Now it's the Skippers. Wide open hockey here. This is not chip and chase. This is Fire Wagon Saturday night hockey night in Edina style. I love it.
It's what we wanted.
Off the glass, deep into the skipper zone it goes. They're going to get the icing call as Bear. Right as I say it, I jinxed it. There's the icing call.
But pretty good energy by both teams. Edina not playing their best right now, but they're getting out of the zone. They're getting some possessions. They're starting to win some battles, so it's starting to get more to the 50-50. But so far, Minnetonka has definitely been the better team, really getting on the Edina defenseman in a hurry and forcing a challenging zone exits. Edina's withstood the battle, but it hasn't been easy.
Williams hits the glass, looks ahead for Rugemer as there's Anderson to make the play. DeVoe will play this one back in behind. Shantz is there. Overman bothers him. Turned over, played back into the corner. DeVoe comes away with it. And now they'll play this one back into the corner. There's Rugemer off the end boards, muscling his way along with Anderson. Gets a little bit of help. Whitliff pinches off the line, glove down. Up high they go with it. Now here's Nicholas Williams, a shot, blocker pad save. And it's going to be turned back up ice by the Skippers. They can't get it out of the zone as there's DeVoe to play that one back in. Bear over for Anderson for the Minnetonka Skippers as they'll angle through center ice. Nice little play at the line there. There's a shot off the post. Oh, the dinner bell was rung by Graham Harris. Time to eat. Overman dumps that one in behind the net. Zitzloff now plays this one to center. That's knocked down by Clark, who's going to play this one back in. Now it's going to be Zitzloff with it. Long pass ahead for Lagerback as Johnson gets a stick on that one. That's knocked down by Boltman. Boltman jammed on the play. Back in behind. Around it comes to the near side for Willie Johnson. He'll shovel this one up in the air. That's glove down. Borst. Now it's Clark. Looks in front to Johnson, who was defensed on the play by Keppers. Now it's going to be handled by the defense, and Gunnar Johnson across the line gets away from one man, stays on it. Gunnar Johnson plays deep as it's going to be Conan to regroup for the Minnetonka Skippers. He'll look up ice. He had Streeter kind of fading back in behind. That's going to be delayed offside, and back into the Edina zone it goes. Now Gunnar Johnson, long feed back through center. And there's Nolan Williams. He knows what to do with it. Back in deep he goes. They have Kavanaugh in the middle with them now on this shift. Back up ice they go across the line. From the left wing side, that's going to be Henry back into the corner as he's checked on the play. Kavanaugh stopped. That gets underneath the stick of Miller, and he'll change. Out comes Dahl and Rugemer. They'll be joined by DeVoe. Outlet to the left wing side. Here come the Skippers. Back up through center. Kiffin. That shot's turned aside by Hogue as Wyatt Worst comes away with it and bumps it through center. Rugemer finds DeVoe. Here comes DeVoe to the outside. He's got Dahl flowing over to his side. A.J. Dahl plays the body off the end boards as it's going to be muscled out of there by Minnetonka. There's Newhouse. Hunter Newhouse can fly. Oh, nice move to the outside as he tried to work it wide but lost an edge. Gets a little bit of help from Henry to the corner as DeVoe plays the leather on him. Back up to the line. Rugemer knocks over for Dahl. Here he comes back out of the zone. Dahl will play this one back through. And here's a transitional opportunity for Worms as he comes away with it. He'll bump back in behind. Now it's going to be Quinn with it. He's checked, looks out front. Off the glass, off the netting, and up and out of play. 3:56 to go here in the first. Nothing. No, it's like the JV game now. We're almost 5-6 periods into this thing between these two teams and no goals.
Well, it seemed like that one that carried off the post really quieted the crowd a little bit. It got everybody's attention, but that was probably the best opportunity. But a lot of good end-to-end action by both teams.
There's a chance over the top of the goal, and near rebound opportunity there for Liam Worms, looking for goal number 3 on the year. No ice on the play as Chance will be forced to play defenseman. That's cut off by Clark. It's off his stick. Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson to regroup to Wyatt Worst at center, who's going to lay that one in behind as Chance will set up and play to the corner. Here they come. Back up the left wing side. That's knocked away from a stick. Away from Borst it goes. Back off the end boards. It's going to be Gunnar Johnson. He'll look up ice. Long pass ahead. Deflected. Nice hands there by Willie Johnson to keep that one alive.
Well, that really was.
They'll spin away from a would-be checker. Nice play there by Bear as it's going to be Nicholas Williams stealing that away as he transitions up ice for Kavanaugh to the corner. Kavanaugh plays back in behind for Worst. That's Emmett Worst, the forward off the end boards. Now Morton looks out to the top of the slot for Kavanaugh, and now it's Lagerback. He's going to work his way through inside out. Lagerback tries to find his way around Boltman as he stood up on the play. As Lacombe comes up with it, looking for Lagerback. Worst lifts the stick there, tries to muscle Lagerback as he plays behind for Lacombe. Now we'll work this one to the far corner, watched by Williams. Now Lagerback again. Boltman takes over with the assignment to handle the big frame. That shot's taken right away by Emmett Worst. Nifty move there, just enough to get it back into the skipper zone. No ice on the play, as it'll be Anderson to regroup in his own zone. He'll look up to Lagerback to the right wing. Overman watches him. Now it's Newhouse as he turns this one up ice. Newhouse tries to stick handle and slice through traffic. Takes it wide. Nice stick by Worst. Wyatt Worst deflects that one off the netting and out of play.
Well, not only a nice stick, but he kept pace with Hunter Newhouse. Not an easy thing to do, the way he can work his edges. He's very, very quick and elusive, but what Worst did is he kept with him stride for stride, then reached out. You don't want to reach out too soon, otherwise you're going to lose that battle. But again, a nice job by the Edina defense. They've had to, Pete. Minnetonka's coming in waves.
Chip to center ice. That'll be Miller. Plays over to the left wing side. Kiffin across the line, accelerates away from another 15 and DeVoe. Now it's going to be off the boards. Wyatt Worst for Overman. The puck will roll, and it's going to be guided over for Miller with 1:40 to go in the first. Miller looks up ice. That one goes all the way through. Hogue will make the stick save. He'll have to guide this one off to his right as Gunnar Johnson will flip that one to center. They battle. That was Overman and Kiffin. No ice on the play as a result of that. Now it's going to be Miller. He's checked on the play, back in behind. Long pass to the left wing side, Quinn. Oh, with speed, there was Streeter streaking across the right side, and that one was called offside.
Well, I think Quinn looked up and saw big Jake Boltman in front of him, so he cut at the blue line. And as you said, it was Streeter that just came in just a stride early. So whistle, face off outside the Edina zone, just 1:15 left in the scoreless first period.
Nicholas Williams, that's going to be an icing call.
Well, I think
freebie back in the Edina zone.
Yeah, not really what you see Nicholas Williams normally do. I think the puck shelled out once it hit the boards. I thought he initially had maybe a pretty good angle, but a big face-off for both teams. Emphasis on Edina.
Face off to the near boards. Clark bangs it off the end wall over to the far side. Quinn, just a hustle play to come away with that one. Now it's Graham Harris with a stick there that forced the turnover. Now it's going to be picked up by Willie Johnson, who plays that one into the center ice area. Now it's Clark with it. Clark knocked away from him. Quinn is there off the glass. Boltman will get the hand pass. And we have the face-off at center.
It was Miller that made a nice stop. It was Edina's Clark that was coming in with some energy, but Miller, a nice stick check, stopped the forward progress, kicked it back outside the zone. Edina on the re-entry. Going to be an offside, so it's coming all the way down.
The hand pass.
Hand pass, that's what I meant. I knew I made a misstatement. Thank you for that. It won't be the last one, I promise you.
Lagerback saw the high blocker pad shot there and just missed it off the glass. Overman out of the scrum, feeds Dahl over the right wing side as that's steered out of play with the blocker pad of Shantz, and with 23.2 seconds will face off inside the skipper zone.
Wow, it's good that Edina's got the skills of A.J. Dahl back. I know they missed him for a good period of time, but he brings a physical element to the game and always has a motor that never stops. So it's nice that Coach Kurt Giles has almost a full complement of players at his disposal.
Puck will be played back into the corner with 15 to go in the period. Conan is there for the Skippers. Lagerback bothered by Overman as they'll play it to the line for Williams. Nicholas Williams, shots deflected. Oh, there's a chance for DeVoe right off the back door. Quick shot through traffic again, hits DeVoe on its way through. And that does it for the first period. Very crisp, very intense, and a well-played period.
Yeah, really a nice pace by both teams. A little more room in the neutral zone than I thought there would be during this game, but it might even get a little bit more wide open the second period. But we'll be back with more in about 12 to 13 minutes, but we're scoreless. But it's been a great contest so far.
You know, it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation from almost 120 years. Now, obviously, Ennebec Construction started that, and they're a big part of it. You know, since then, in the 20 years that Tradition's been around, we've built on to that legacy, and you know, I think we've created our own legacy and our own brand, which is pretty special and unique.
We've kind of coined the phrase between all the nutrition companies and led by the bank's Keystone program. However much money we make, we give 10% of our earnings to the community and lots of time as well.
Our business model is centered around building communities, you know, whether that's, you know, providing the dirt work or building the houses or providing the financing. We're really, our success is really part of the overall community success. The fact that we live in the communities that our customers live in as well. We're side by side with them. And really our promise to our customers would be that we reinvest back into the communities and we help make the community stronger, where if you're doing business with, you know, out-of-state competitor, those dollars are going out of state, but we're putting them right back in the community.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
Probably dump that, man.
You guys need some help?
Sure.
Yeah.
No way. JJ Watt. What's up, man?
How's it going?
I don't believe it. Good.
JJ, come on.
Thank you, sir. Welcome
Come on.
aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant.
Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here? I've caught cast-netted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah. The heat's a little different than it is on the field.
Too heavy? Try it. Is that too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
And we welcome you back into the Braemar Arena, where the Edina Hornets and the Minnetonka Skippers are picking up where the JV teams left off. Scoreless. They played all the way through 4 periods with overtime, scoreless at the JV level. And here we are after 1 period scoreless here. Something tells me someone's going to hit pay dirt here, though.
Well, I hope so. I hope we don't get into overtime on this one. But shots on goal that period, Minnetonka 9, Edina 8. I think Teddy Lagerbach had 4 or 5 pretty good offerings. I don't think one of them hit the goal, but when he gets those opportunities, things are going to be pretty good for Minnetonka. They just have to sustain it. But I thought both teams showed up and played a good period. I thought Minnetonka a little bit more effective in the offensive zone as far as their forecheck, though. But we're 0-0 on the scoreboard.
Grade A scoring chances for the Skippers. It's interesting. We've seen them score a multitude of ways, but they really do like to generate out of the corners.
Indeed they do.
And find a backdoor guy. You've got that angle. But then on the same token, they can be dangerous with those seam passes off the back door.
Oh, in fact, they can get you a couple different directions. But this is a good Minnetonka team that came very inspired to play, but they're contesting the Edina defense. If Edina's on their game, they get out of their zone very, very cleanly. Tonight they've had some struggles.
We face this one off at center ice as it's the Skippers and Hornets period number 2. Skippers will be moving from right to left across your screen in their blue and white sweaters. That's off Rugemer's stick as they're going to play that back in. That's Miller who played that deep as Nicholas Williams retrieves in his own zone. Williams, long pass ahead. Rugemer gets the stick on it. With a little bit of that wet surface here on the near side. Mentioned this in previous broadcasts. There's a shot in on goal. We've seen players dump on that ice a few times and fall and go pretty heavy into those boards, so be careful. Back it across the line. It's Overman. He's got Rugemer. Oh, and that one pushes just wide of the mark. That went off his skate at the last second there.
But
Overman now.
It was a deflection, not a kick, so it would have counted had it gone in.
Up to the line, Boltman, wrister, scores! I don't know if that went in clean, but Rugemer was there with a big frame. And the Hornets take the 1-0 lead.
Well, I think it might have been redirected. I don't know if it came off an Edina stick, but it was originated by Boltman from the right-hand point. The low shot's a good shot on goal. Anything can happen, but that one eluded Brandon Chance. So now Edina gets the first marker on the board early. We're just 51 seconds into the second period, up to this Skipper team to respond.
51 seconds in, as Bart mentioned. Now Wyatt Wurst hounded by Henry. Henry stopped along the boards. Streeter is there to help out. Now it's going to be right wing side. That was Gunnar Johnson for Borst as he rolls this one in on goal. Shantz plays that one through. They're going to say that one got through clean. Overman picks up the assist, a single assist.
I don't think I need to repeat that, do I, Pete? I think that came through loud and clear.
Phil Stark right on the money.
He's
there.
Inspired.
Lots of energy there. Played back in behind the net.
Wally
Good
Pip.
guy.
Wally Pip. I'm
over
not
to the
saying.
right wing side. You know, but Bart, on the other token, you know, you go Charlie Brown teacher in half of these ranks, and you're just going absolutely ape.
I'd love it if they traveled with us.
Offside at the line as that was sent in from Williams to Wurst. And they'll face off.
I'd like to give a special hello to Aaron LaPlante down in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I don't beat you to him very often, but tonight I thought I would thank you for joining us, Aaron. Appreciate you being here. We're looking forward to the state tournament as well.
Patrick Milan live from Steamboat Springs. He's struggling.
Yeah.
Says hello to David Hillen, our producer. Big check by Boltman. Also, Elena Geithman. I think I said that right.
Well, better you than me. I would have butchered it probably pretty bad. Thank you for joining us, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll leave you the tough ones.
Bart's second job is as a butcher.
Yeah, and I'm not very good at it either.
Not on the ice either of names.
Oh, easy, Garth.
Set right back up the middle. That was Anderson. Across the line goes Graham Harris. Wrister up off the glass. Shallow angle there. Nice check by Wurst all the way back in, playing 200 feet. Now Nolan Williams sends it in. Hornets will maintain the forecheck as it's going to be, down on the play goes Miller. Now DeVoe plays that one through. Wurst will hustle to the bench after that collision there. Oh, no, he's going to go back into the zone. Now in front of the bench area it goes, or the front of the net area that goes rather. Overman is there to play that one through, as that'll be an icing call.
Well, Nicholas Williams is doing a terrific job on defense all year long, especially tonight. He's been done a very good job. And minding Teddy Lagerbach's not an easy thing to do, but good positioning on that one. But to back it up even farther, Emmett Worst came in 1-on-4 and almost made a play. He allowed Edina to keep the zone for a while, so Emmett Worst taking a good angle on the forecheck.
At center ice, Miller's going to play this back in behind. That's underneath the stick of Hogue. They're going to guide this around to the near boards. Skippers with nice pressure there off of the ship, but the Hornets break that one. Too far for Overman. He and Kiffin to the corner. Kiffin plays the body there. Rugemer was there momentarily. Miller takes a stick, turned over at the line. There's Boltman trying to play inside out. There's a shot in on goal that's stopped and held on to. There's just a handful of games that are left on the schedule here for the 2019-20 regular season, with a total of 6 of them in action right now.
Well, I got an update. I got an update that Andover leads Blaine 2-0 right now, and they're just a little quicker on the puck and doing some good things.
Is that on the ticker? Do we have the ticker rolling right now, David Hillen? We'll have a ticker with all of those scores too, Bart. I mean, this is not amateur hour. Over off the side angle it goes. Streeter is there. He hangs on and plays this through.
Oh.
We don't have the stock prices yet, but it isn't open anyway. The bell didn't ring today, but you never know. Now here's a shot that's into the midsection by Borst, and Zitzlaff finishes his check to the end boards. We'll face off inside the zone.
Well, Shantz has had to make a couple pretty good saves. The one before that was Boltman, who actually was trying to pass over, but the ice kind of cooperated, kept the puck there. He put a short side offering on Shantz, and it was Borst that did the same thing, but he held his integrity on that post, held onto the puck, face off to his left.
Harris and Dahl on the draw. Dahl the win. That's buzzed wide of the mark. From the left point, it's sent around by Nicholas Williams for brother Nolan. Now Anderson looks ahead for Quinn. Gathered it in, thought better of going to the middle and bumped it off the boards. That's going to have too much juice, and it'll make it for an icing call. Back into the skipper zone we go.
You know, I don't really mind that play at all. Just sending it out to the middle area without knowing who's going to be receiving that can really turn things around in a hurry. So sending it down
Smart
the ice,
play.
Absolutely. Hit the reset. Now it's time to win the face-off.
Only difference there is he had probably a little more juice on it than he wanted, but got to keep it wide in that situation for sure.
Well, it's going to be a tightly contested game. I kind of see this as a one-goal game when it's all said and done. So even one mistake can have a dramatic effect on the outcome of this game. So always err on the side of caution.
Dahl and Harris. Now here's Anderson to play around the boards. Jumping the route there is Williams to play this off the end boards. Anderson comes away to the right side for Bear. Back up ice is Harris. And offside at the line, just by an eyelash.
Well, I think it was more Worms that was offside on the right side. Just snuck in the zone, but again, another challenge at the blue line by Edina. Forced a bit of a cut, just enough to put the skipper forward in before the puck, so hence offsides outside the Edina zone. I love the pace of this game. It's been fun.
Well, I mean, there's playoff hockey. You talk about it all the time, and then there's, Rugemer was offside off the near side. There's playoff hockey, and then there's, then there's just regular season. There's exhibition, whatever it may be. But when you look at a game like this feels like it's taken a turn to the next.
Well, indeed. And both teams want to come in and play their best game to finish out the regular season, give them some good positive vibes and some momentum going into the section play. So both teams are going to give their best effort tonight, and I think we're seeing it.
Wow, that was a really cool remix of Tom Sawyer.
I didn't mind it.
The drumming, I couldn't stop. I didn't want to talk.
Are you texting these guys before the games and putting in requests?
I might as well be. That was awesome.
Maybe they can travel with us
too.
Off
the it goes. That was just such a good little hook he had going there, a pocket as we like to call it. There's a chance down low. That one misses the mark. Kavanaugh now off the glass, back into the neutral zone. Miller up to the line. Kavanaugh tried to get on Lacombe there, but now it's going to be Lagerback back up through center. He'll let a shot go. That's off the shins of Williams. Back into the corner. Nicholas Williams watches on Lagerback as Kavanaugh comes down to help out as well. Down goes Lagerback from the right side. That one's off the side of the cage. Boltman will guide this along for Overman, who waits on it. Now he'll accelerate to the left wing side. Knocked away from him by Kiffin. Oh, the Hornets. Oh, nice job by Boltman. Hetty saw the change there and stayed and towed the line. That was terrific. Can we get a replay on that?
That really was a very cerebral play by Boltman. He saw, because where the blue line is and where the line change was happening, the player would have been offside. So he walked the blue line a little bit and then tried to put a good offering in. But Luke Kiffin really got in front of that shot. Nice job up and out of play. Still in the Minnetonka zone, but good defense by Luke Kiffin.
Good job, David Hillen, to capture that. Todd Grover, Johnny on the spot. You don't get a crew any better than that. I mean, really.
Maybe they can travel with us, too.
Travel where?
I don't know.
To the National Hockey League.
We're going to go visit Aaron LaPlante down in Fort Lauderdale. How's that?
Or Steamboat Springs, Pat Milan.
That'll work.
Now it's going to be Newhouse across the boards. Go to Colorado.
Well,
see Dougie.
I have no problem with that.
Bobby Gibbons, we could see him in Anaheim. Boy, how scary was that Jay Bomeister episode?
Oh, my word.
Apparently they put a defib in him, and he's going to be okay. They're going to get him back to St. Louis, so thoughts and prayers to him. St. Louis Blues, Doug Armstrong, a personal.
Well, how about that Anaheim medical staff as well?
Jumped in. You heard lots about that for sure. So I think about Doug Armstrong and having worked with him back in the 90s, back with the Dallas Stars, and seeing how he's catapulted himself from a traveling secretary who used to get yelled at when the when the bus was late on the tarmac in Vancouver by players. Unbelievable.
Wow.
To now deciding if they can work for him or not, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Puck is dealt at center and sent into the Edina zone as it's going to be Whitleff with 10 minutes left of the second period. Worms is there now. Oh, the old Malachi crunch for you old schoolers. You knew that was coming.
You're a mind reader, P. Wagner.
I knew you were going there. I wanted to beat you to it. Worms was there. Now it's Worst. Don't forget, we'll tell you this on the next break, Bart, but we got plenty of programming coming up. We're not going to stop here with the regular season. There's a wrister that comes through. That's going to be knocked away by Boltman. He's got Morton with him. Instead, outlets left wing side to Nolan Williams. Dangerous down low. Plays this off the boards. Morton back in behind for Williams. Nice job to stick that down. Where they try to go backdoor on that one. Worst now gathers it out of the corner. He had a man up front. Well, that was Morton, but Nicholas Williams' shot's blocked. It goes up high in the air as he gloves this one down and plays it through and back in behind. Now it's going to be controlled by Bear as he'll come back out of the zone. Overman quickly moves his feet to cut him off there. Anderson, now Lagerback, off a skate. Back at center, there's DeVoe with a check. Now Rugemer from the knees, back up into the zone it goes. Kepper's off the glass, up high, off the ceiling, and a whistle. So, Bart, I wanted to mention, we're going to be at the, I'm going to be covering the Minnesota Girls State High School Tournament with David Hillen. You and I got a podcast coming up next week. Then we're going to head to the youth regionals with Minnesota Hockey. Not all of them, but every age level will have a couple of select regional tournaments covered. You'll be able to see those on the mnhockey.tv. We'll have that set up for you. As well, we're going to have Minnesota State High School hockey coverage. Turn us on your way down from our mnhockey.tv site. You can listen to us in the car as you come down to the expo or the tournament games. As well, you can give us a listen at work because we know you can't have the monitors and some won't allow you to watch on monitors. I get that. So we'll be there for you. All we do is serve, right? I mean, it's like unbelievable. Turn them down, turn us up if you're at home as well. And then we're going to have the Minnesota Youth State Championships from the 19U girls all the way to Pee Wee B1 boys. So plenty of action coming up over the next 30 days, the mnhockey.tv. There's a snapper, Jimmy Clark in on goal. As that one misses the mark. That's off the stick. Now it's going to be Willie Johnson try to guide that down to Clark off the left wing side. Streeter now back the other way. They got numbers. Streeter lays it over. That one too far for Lagerback as he had to reach. Now it's Boltman to guide that one up to Borst from the left wing side. Boltman made a nice play defensively to force that transition. Borst protects and steered over to the near side by Shantz. Now it's going to be Miller. He plays this one ahead. Henry now across the line as he's watched by Nicholas Williams. Shivered on the play, and it's going to be picked up and played out of the zone by Gunnar Johnson. Now Kavanaugh can fly across the line. Wrister that just misses the mark. Dahl will come over to cut that one off, as Dahl will look to play this one. Gathered in now by Zitzloff as he outlets to Henry. He's stopped by Morton. Morton tried to fish that one to the near boards and does. Back in behind, Kavanaugh with good jump. Hornets have slowly taken over some good offensive zone pressure here throughout the course of the second period.
And it hasn't just been the first line, it's been all the lines.
It's been a sustained flow of pressure. And we've seen this time and time again off their forecheck, not the real aggressive one, but more of the trapping one, which is forcing the game to change, and they're getting all of these great chances and puck possession and puck time. Now it's going to be Wyatt Wurst off the boards to the right wing side. Morton's going to get a slash as he gets into Anderson. Off the ice he goes. Behind the net, it's Conan. He's watched by DeVoe as it's going to be Conan now for Anderson. Up the left wing side, extra attacker is on, 6-on-5. Off the stick of Worms and onto the stick of Gunnar Johnson, and the power play in force.
Wow, the power play is one of the steadies of this Skipper team, just a 2 ticks under 28%, so very formidable, so to speak, but it is going to be Morton that's going to go to the box. It was a bit of a long shift, and they worked awful hard. I think he just reached a little bit, got a stick under the skates of the Minnetonka player, so great opportunity it is for the Skippers, but Edina with an 84.2, pretty formidable penalty kill as well. Face up in the Edina zone.
Back in behind the net.
Edina still looking for the first shorty of the season.
And the Skippers with their power play, Bart, it's pretty effective.
Very effective.
Hovering near the 30% marker. Up to the line now, it's Kiffin. Lays this one over to Miller. Shallow angle. Hogue is there to shut the door. Pucks loose. Scores! Lagerback comes up with it. And they go full celly into the Edina student section.
Well, that's Teddy Lagerbach. Anything less, I'd be a little disappointed. Now he's going to go over to the Minnetonka bench and get his accolade. But that's number 17 for Lagerbach, number 5 on the power play. He is a focused player for this Minnetonka team. And when Teddy leads, they generally will fall in place. And now we're 1-1, back to 5-on-5. Now it's up to Edina to get back to where they were before that penalty. But that penalty has to give this Minnetonka team a little bit of life.
Special hello to John Hillen, who's on board. He's got vested interest in this game with producer extraordinaire David Hillen, who's bringing the production values to new levels, as noted by John. In front, there's a chance that misses. And of course, he has Jack on the bench of the Skippers with Sean Goldsworthy and Steve Aronson.
Slash.
This one will be on the Skippers, and picking up his twig after the slash was Borst.
Well, Borst showing some pretty good confidence going through traffic, but it's Hunter Newhouse that's going to take that penalty. Just got a little aggressive with the stick work. 5:09 left in the second period. We're not at a 1. It's been a quick period so far, but Edina now gets a chance to answer back on the power play. Edina's power play 13.2. That doesn't sound good, but it was at the 9s just a couple games ago, so it is turning the right direction.
Hornets off the draw. Lagerback stopped by Boltman. Ooh, look out. That one came off the glass with authority.
Wow, and it looked like it might have danced off a couple of the Edina players and a couple of Minnetonka players, but it is going to come all the way down into the Minnetonka zone to Brandon Chance's right. There's 14 seconds ticked off the penalty to Hunter Newhouse.
4:54 to go on the period. Face-off pulled back to Boltman. Leaves that one over for Williams. Now Willie Johnson for Jimmy Clark. Give and go. Oh, that one went up high off the mask. Nice save made there by Shantz positional. Back in behind for Clark as he's going to protect. Gets away from Kiffin. That's a subtle play. Beautiful. Now it's going to be behind to the corner for Borst, who's checked by Kiffin. Miller's there to fish. Up off the dasher. Boltman plays down the boards. There's Borst again, knocked away from him. Harris tried to work that one down the ice. Now Kiffin's just going to slap that one with authority. 1:07 to go. On the power play as the Hornets will regroup out of their own zone. It's going to be handled by Nicholas Williams. Gives over to the left wing side. Nice job through traffic. Clark. Zitzloff to the line. Williams plays back over for Johnson down low for Clark. We try to go up off the shoulder, but he had Boltman crashing to the slot. Didn't see him through traffic. Now there's Lagerback who plays that through. Ooh, and they call the whistle on that one. Yeah, he was going to let that go. But you know what? You put the trapper down and you never know.
Yeah, he just didn't want to take any chance on that one. But Lagerbach showed some good energy. But I like Boltman getting back in the play. But the way Nicholas Williams played that was perfect. He took the body, didn't worry about the puck, let his support take over. But kind of an unfortunate break for the Edina Hornets as the faceoff's going to be in their zone to their right. Been good possession by Edina, but really a good penalty kill so far by Minnetonka. Just 40 seconds left in the penalty to Newhouse.
Rister from Conan, that's up over the top of the net. They're shorthanded, are the Skippers. Big face-off win for them, as now it's going to be the Hornets. That's too far, as Morton will regroup with it as he gets that one back in behind the net. Hornets will guide this ahead for Overman. Overman watched closely by Streeter. Now Rugemer pokes to the corner. Streeter now from down low tries to get that up to the line. Nice touch pass. That's Gunnar Johnson over for Overman. Oh, and that one had a wide open net for Wyatt Wurst. Gets it back. The quick snapper in on goal. Big rebound. Puck's loose. And they'll clear the zone, and that'll do it for the penalty.
Well, not only did Edina miss an open net, but the goaltender was out of the stick. The stick was actually in the net, so Minnetonka dodges a huge bullet. Now they're back to 5-on-5.
Now it's Miller with it as he turns back up ice. Quinn plays ahead for Harris. Oh, a little nifty move to the outside, but Wyatt Wurst not impressed as he stayed right with him. In front, knocked down. Oh, almost like the first goal for the Skippers. That was almost like Groundhog Day. Where's Bill Murray?
He's on vacation.
Back in to the zone it goes. That Jeep commercial was something, wasn't it?
I liked it.
I didn't want it to end.
It was one of the few commercials that I actually really enjoyed. The other ones I thought were clever, and some of them were pretty good, but not like it used to be back in the day where you actually looked forward to the commercials and waited with bated breath. But that one didn't disappoint.
It really didn't, did it?
2:36 left in the second period. Face up to Loudenhoek's right.
Back off the corner it goes. That sent the ring on the boards, played back in by Bear. And now it's going to be Lacombe as he looks toward the boards, and now it's 5-on-5.
Oh, Lagerbach all alone.
And a penalty. He got brought down, and then he tripped up Willie Johnson, and they're going to have the tripping call on the Skipper captain.
Well, it was just an effort play by Lagerbach. He was down on the ice a little vulnerable, and he just reached out. But a trip is a trip, 2:02, so Edina almost going to finish a penalty on the power play, barring a goal or another penalty. But the Skipper captain goes to the box for 2 minutes. Great opportunity for Edina to gain back the momentum and get some energy going into the locker room for the second intermission.
Lagerbach was pleading his case, but to no avail. Again, you talk salesmanship because you know all about sales, Bart Archer, and none of these guys should get sales jobs because they're not closing anything.
No. The only one I think is Coach Pat Griswold that could actually politic enough to get somebody.
He got not only get a penalty call, but he got a major.
Well done, Coach.
Now it's going to be Newhouse across the line. They look back ahead. Nice play by Borst as he works it to the right wing side. Protects Zitzloff. Heavy hit. That's big time right there. That's with authority.
Well, that might have some residual value. I'm sure Jackson Borst's head's going to be on a swivel from this point, but he doesn't look any worse for the wear.
Back in across the line. Clark with it. Takes it to a shallow angle. He goes down on the play. Edina faithful wanted the arm up.
I saw a twitch.
Did you? Went Tin Man? Brought that up earlier today. I mean, that thing was creaking on that one call in Eden Prairie. Bart pulled out the oil, and next thing you know, it was done. Oh, man. Now it's going to be Williams who plays over for Willie Johnson. Back in behind for Clark. 1 minute in the second, 56. It's about a second off on the penalty clock to the game time. Glove down by Miller. Now Kiffin gets it. Ooh, he fanned on a rolling puck. Big break for the Hornets. Now it's Boltman who turns away. Now it's Williams. Johnson shots deflected away to the slot, and they find an opening. Lacombe fires that one down the ice with 35 to go. The Hornets transition back up for Boltman. Nice pass, lays that ahead for Rugemer. Oh, there's a nice feed. Glove save, the beauty. What a feed from Rugemer to the oncoming Willie Johnson.
And Willie Johnson can finish. That's a big save right there by Shantz. They had just 27 seconds left on the penalty to Lagerbach. Point blank, Willie Johnson one-on-one with the goaltender. Goaltender won that one.
Stayed calm on that one. He knew right where that was going, where that chance was going to evolve from, and did the job. Puck will be played back into the Edina zone as they're going to cut this one off. 20 seconds to go. One more rush for them in the period. There's 15 to go in the power play. And now it's going to be a Morton across the line. He's got Rugemer to the net. Morton with speed puts on the brakes. Now up to the line, it's Gunnar Johnson. Wyatt Wurst. Rister turned aside by Shantz. Now it's Zitzlaff, finds an opening. Sends it the length of the ice. And that'll do it for the second period. Each team exchanged goals here in the second period, after a scoreless first. And we'll have what should be a very entertaining third period.
Well, I think Minnetonka is going to take a little energy into the locker room after that penalty kill. Very good kill. Shantz challenged maybe once or twice, but overall, Edina had good possession, but another good kill by the Skippers. We go into the intermission 1-1. Third period is going to be lights out. Don't go away.
Indeed, it should be a good one. We'll have 13 minutes of time to take care of some business and pay some bills. And then when we come back, we'll have the third period coming up for you. High school hockey continues right here on the MNHockey.tv.
You know, it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation from almost 120 years. Now, obviously, Ennebeck Construction started that, and they're a big part of it. You know, since then, in the 20 years that Tradition's been around, we've built on to that legacy, and you know, I think we've created our own legacy and our own brand, which is pretty special and unique.
We've kind of coined the phrase between all the nutrition companies and led by the bank's Keystone program. However much money we make, we give 10% of our earnings to the community and lots of time as well.
Our business model is centered around building communities, you know, whether that's, you know, providing the dirt work or building the houses or providing the financing. We're really, our success is really part of the overall community success. The fact that we live in the communities that our customers live in as well. We're side by side with them. And really our promise to our customers would be that we reinvest back into the communities and we help make the community stronger, where if you're doing business with, you know, out-of-state competitor, those dollars are going out of state, but we're putting them right back in the community.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. So we have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today, and we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
You guys need some help?
Sure. Yeah.
No way. JJ what? What's up, man? How's it going? I don't believe it. Good. JJ, come on. Thank you, sir.
Welcome aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant. Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here? I've caught castaneted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah. The heat's a little different than it is on the field.
And we welcome you back to the friendly confines of Braemar Arena, where we prepare to bring you the third and final period of the regular season on the 2019-20 MSHSL boys schedule.
Well, we hope it's the final period of the season anyway, but it's been a really good game so far. Boltman opened the scoring in the second period in the 51-second mark from Overman. And then it was Minnetonka. It's Teddy Lagerbach on the power play from Miller and Keppers. That's where we are, 1-1 going into the third period.
Special hello to my guy, Ken Pauley. He's got us on the big screen.
Hello,
I saw
Coach.
Some snacks and a couple of Coca-Colas. What?
Emphasis on the snacks, Pete Wagner.
Oh, I saw he took a picture, sent it to me.
Did he really?
Richard Sheldon, hello to you, watching his grandson on from Arizona. His grandson, of course, on the Minnetonka Skippers.
Hello, Richard.
Happy to have you on board. And icing the call as we bring this back down.
Well, and Overman's arguing with the referee about that. I don't think the referee actually made that call, but he said that he tipped that puck and it shouldn't be an icing. Those little things can be a big deal in the third period of a tie game, but you're not going to win that argument, Edina, so it is going to come to Loudenhoeg's left. Boltman was 25 feet from the bench and they dropped the puck.
What?
He was 25 feet from the bench and they dropped the puck. They had to blow the whistle just to regroup.
Missed that one there. I think they're being watched by the head of the officials too.
Right.
I'm serious.
No, I'm probably right.
Off the glass it goes, knocked away as they'll try to play. We got that really streaked from the dot to the boards right there. The puck just kind of got pulled up on its way through as it worked through the water that's on this sheet. Just thought I'd bring that up.
That's just something that's got to be addressed.
Well, I know of a guy that hit that ice and went head first into the wall and isn't doing too well right now. There's a puck that's off the boards as it's played back into the corner. Dahl is there. Ooh, as he stood up, that was Streeter with a blow. Nice job by Dahl to absorb that one. Knocked off the boards to the near side. So helpful that A.J. Dahl is the big cornerback, the heavy hitting defensive back on the football team. He has no fear of the physical play.
No, plus he brings an added element to Edina that they can't really boast of. They're not a physical team, but they have players that can be physical, and he's certainly one of them.
Whitliff steps up on that play. Boltman nearly went straight off the helmet of the official, but instead he went to his ears. It was ringing. It was ringing from the glass.
It was a warning after their last conversation.
Oh, my word.
Next time he might not be so nice. Kidding.
Oh, big check thrown there that sent the sound system into orbit there. Wow, all sorts of stuff going on here. Start the third period. You've got ringing ears from linesmen and officials and the sound system being blown up by a check.
Oh, pets' heads are falling off. But now it's back down in the Edina zone to Loudenhoeg's left. We're early in this third period, 1-1. Thank you for joining us. Been a good one.
Ooh, Lacombe the draw. A nice quick shot over the top of the goal. Lacombe now. Ooh, goes Park on the move off the back of the net and gets it back. Looks this one back out through, as that one's going to be behind the net.
Boy, that one went off the crossbar, Pete.
Lager back.
Nice job at Worst.
Had the busy stick there. Now it's going to be Nolan Williams. Grant Morton heads to the bench. On comes Rugemer. His stick was there. Now Boltman bumps the boards. No ice on the play. It'll be guided over to the near boards as Keppers is there. Now down low they go with it. Overman's shots deflected away. Overman's turned off the puck as he stays on that one. Overman and Lacombe. Lacombe kicks that one up for Lagerback. Lagerback's chopped at there. They got away with one. And now it's going to be Worst. Back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Williams. Finds Borst on the move. Ahead he goes to the left wing side for Overman. That one misses the mark, and it's going to be played back off the boards. Cut off by Wyatt Worst. And now it's going to be Conan off the board. Stepping in as Nicholas Williams behind the net, cut off by Shantz. Now it's going to be Conan as he sets up shop. He's going to outlet. Nope, he's going to be turned back by Clark. Nice angle there. Over to Zitzloff as he looks back up ice. He tries to muscle it ahead, but the Hornets cut that off with a great forecheck. Back into the corner, it's Conan again. Here comes Clark. Now it's going to be D to D. Dahl jams his man off the end boards, and now it's going to be gathered in. Gunnar Johnson off the stick of brother Willie. And no, I guess he didn't get that, and that goes in deep, and that'll be brought back into the Edina zone.
Well, that might have hit the ice and jumped over his stick, but it is an icing call nonetheless. 13:03 left in regulation time. Face off to Loudenhoek's right. Pretty good sustained pressure by the Edina Hornets. They closed that offensive zone off. Didn't really get any shots on chance, but they were doing some good things.
Here's Wurst with it. That's Wyatt Wurst. Plays that ahead. Willie Johnson flips that one out of the zone, and icing will be the call. Back into the Edina zone it goes.
Well, I don't think that's really what Willie Johnson wanted to do. He just wanted to chip it out of the zone, but I got a little bit too much on it, so it's going to come all the way down. Minnetonka pretty good in the faceoff dots, and now it's going to be Graham Harris against Johnny DeVoe.
DeVoe's face-off was won momentarily and gathered in by Wyatt Wurst as he flips that one up and out of play. He looked at the glass like it shrunk on him.
It's like looking at your stick.
Well, that's
when
where I'm
you're
going
whipping
with it.
one.
You look at the toe of the stick, now you got to go to the glass because the glass definitely pulled itself down.
Well, another
That's
offensive
great.
zone faceoff for the Skippers.
Worms it on goal, stopped and held on to by Hogue.
Well, a little unusual for Johnny DeVoe. He actually pushed that puck out toward the middle of the ice instead of trying to draw it back or getting it out of point of concern. So Edina's going to have to be a little bit more cognizant of where that puck's going to go, especially after faceoffs. But Minnetonka has had some pretty good success in the dot, so Edina tempting fate.
Now it's going to be Borst and Lacombe. Boltman and Keppers in a fencing match. Now Borst is there to support, but it's pushed ahead to Lagerback. Nicholas Williams at the line. Now it's Lagerback again as he guides this one back down. You know, the Hornets tied at 1. No surprise there as they've played in, I believe it's 11 one-goal games this year.
Well,
it's an incredible number.
And I think Minnetonka's had their share of them as well.
Off the end boards it goes. At center, that's Boltman to cut that one off. Now it's going to be handled by Nicholas Williams. Ahead he goes. Knocked down of the stick. Walking is Borst. His shot was deflected away. Borst looks back up for Nicholas Williams. Back over for Boltman. Wrister, that's deflected. Nice save by Shantz as the Hornets try to work it short side with Jimmy Clark. At the line, offside. Just offside as reaching over was Boltman. He knew it.
Well, some extracurriculars, and that's going to be Overman and Kiffin kind of exchanging some pleasantries. Kiffin had a nice shift. He really limited what could have been a good, solid Edina chance. So Minnetonka's defensemen answering the bell when they need to. 11:38 left in this third period.
11:38 on the clock right now, as Bart mentioned. There's Gunnar Johnson to backhand that into the Minnetonka zone, as it'll be Zitzloff turning away from one man. Checked on the play. Nice physical play there by Dahl. The Dahl, Clark, and Johnson line reunited here from the earlier part of the season. I'm not a line chart guy as an announcer. I don't need them. And for my sake, I'm fortunate here because there's been no line chart to follow for the Hornets tonight. They've been mixing and matching all night long.
Yep.
Back off the end boards, they go with it. Here come the Skippers out of the zone to center ice. Knocked back in by the Hornets. Conan back up through center. Across the line he goes. Tries to work his way to the slot area. That's knocked away. Morton finds Kavanaugh on the move. Morton hustling up in the play. Kavanaugh tried to work on Bear. One-hander. Knocked away by Shantz. That was a tricky play to decide where that puck was going to end up on goal, and Shantz stayed focused, made a nice save.
Wow, it was a nice play by Bear to go stride for stride of them, too, and really limited what could have been a pretty good chance.
Quinn across the line. Ooh, that thing had an absolute hook and curve to it. Read well by Loudon Hogue looked like a catcher when he made that save.
Well, he had to make that save, and that was Jack Quinn being contested by Boltman. That puck fluttered a little bit, but like you said, it was curving and it was fluttering. I think it took a little bit of a dive, so nice concentration by the Edina goalie.
And Bart, who just reported?
What?
Who just reported?
I don't know, Pete.
Pitchers and catchers.
Oh, geez. I'm trying to stay to the hockey mode here, mister.
Today, though, is wonderful.
You're going to talk about the garbage cans, are you?
The what?
The garbage cans?
Well, I'll find a way to work it in. Oh, man. Is West Metro here, or did he take the night off?
No, we have to give him a shout out. We
owe him one more.
Indeed, we do.
It's mandatory, too.
Well, not mandatory. It's just suggested.
No. I mean, you have mentions that you have to do for your sponsors, and we want to take care of West Metro.
Indeed, we do.
Off the boards it goes. That's Whitliff. Borst as well down low as he looks for Overman. Now it's Boltman. Boltman gives over to the right wing side. Rugemer. Now Borst, nice job to take over, turns away. Very elusive in traffic is Jackson Borst.
He's getting better as the year goes on, too.
Yeah, absolutely. His game has improved tenfold. It was great coming in, but he's taken the ice time he's been given and taken advantage of it. Back it across the line, it's Anderson, his wrister. Back into the corner it goes for Clark. Up to the right wing. Now there's Lagerback. Off the netting and up and out of play.
Boy, that didn't miss the ref by much, but it hit the net, so it is going to be in the Edina zone. That one had a little velocity. That referee's pretty fortunate that didn't go off his bucket.
Well, it was on an angle and a trajectory that would have gone straight to the chin. Now it's Nicholas Williams off the end board feed from Boltman. Ahead it goes to Willie Johnson. Off the end boards. Now it's Lagerback. And that one's offside at the line.
It's kind of an owly play. If that wasn't offsides, Minnetonka had Edina kind of on the ropes a little bit, so kind of fortunate. But Nicholas Williams has played a great game. Him and Boltman seem to be on the ice whenever the Lagerbach line is on, so they've done pretty good job, aside from that one power play goal, taking care of business against the highly productive line of this Minnetonka Skippers team.
Boltman finds Kavanaugh, who deflects that one in. Conan off the end boards for Zitzloff as here come the Skippers out of their zone. That pass is too far for Lacombe, as now it's going to be Nicholas Williams to take over with that one. Now walking into that is Kavanaugh. He's cut off at the line. Nice play by Zitzloff. Now it's going to be Nicholas Williams, Nolan Williams rather, try to glove that ahead. Conan now pickpocketed by Nicholas Williams in front of the bench area goes and sent back into the Edina zone. Now it's going to be Boltman with it as he looks to ring it hard all the way far down for Nolan Williams. Gains the line, turns and slings that back in behind the net. Off the corner it goes. Puck played ahead by Miller. Now it's going to be to the left wing side for Newhouse. That gets through the slot area. Overman comes away, chips the glass to center. Kiffin, 8 minutes to go in a 1-1 tie here between these two teams. Now it's going to be Wyatt Wurst. That's deflected away by Henry. Emmett Wurst plays that one up and knocked in by Kavanaugh, and icing will be the call. Back into the Edina zone we go.
I just think they wanted a whistle. Gives both teams a chance to put some fresh legs out there, but we're going to see the best hockey from these teams in this final 7 minutes and 48 seconds of this regulation time. We're knotted at one. It's going to be fun, exciting 7.5 minutes from this point forward.
Puck is knocked away there as Gunnar Johnson goes from right to left. But that's off the stick of Overman. Now it's going to be bumped off the boards. Anderson takes that one from Bear. Now Worms will look ahead for Quinn. And now it's gathered in by Gunnar Johnson to Wurst. Quickly ahead off the stick of Overman. He's going to foot race this one to the corner. It's he and Anderson. Anderson fishes that away. Now it's Harris with it. Here comes DeVoe. The third man high turned over. Borst, nearly pulled the trigger there, knocked off his stick. Now Borst with it. Finds Overman to the slot. Overman comes together with Quinn as the Skipper winger plays that one to center. Now it's Wyatt Wurst. Slings that in on goal. Gloved and played off to the side by Shantz. Anderson now with it. Sends that through center off Kepper's glove. Picked up by Nicholas Williams. Back in it goes. Shantz cuts it off. Anderson is there once again. He hurries and plays that off the boards, and he was forced there on the forecheck. Nice job by the Hornets.
Yeah, in fact,
the length of the ice it goes.
In fact, they were on him in a hurry, forced him to make the play a little bit quicker than he wanted, just kissed it off the boards all the way down. So icing Minnetonka. Edina's done a pretty good job of starting to take the play over a little bit, and then Minnetonka comes back. So I love the ebbs and flows of this game, but now it's Edina's turn with an offensive zone faceoff. Good opportunity. A.J. Dell on the faceoff dot against Lacombe.
Congratulations to Jake Brasini, who became the Buffalo Bison's all-time leading career scorer in their 4-3 win earlier today.
Good
Congratulations to him.
Absolutely, he can play. So can his brother.
Off the end boards it goes. It's been a great first year of the Lake Conference with the Buffalo Bison and the St. Michael Albertville Knights.
I agree.
Back off the end boards it goes. Lagerback is there. And there's a chance, and STMA is a very good baseball town too. And you've got the likes of Minnetonka. Edina's loaded with starting pitching. I can't wait to do some baseball action this year. In on goal, are you going to join me on color with the Hornets?
We will talk about that. I don't know if that's
just
a
bit outside.
That's why you're the best color man in the business. But a good offering by Lagerbach. That one on goal forced Loudenhoek to make a pretty challenging save. But if Lagerbach's getting those shots by those hash marks, things are going pretty well for this Minnetonka skipper team.
Wurst with a move. Gets away from one man. Over for Morton off the boards. Finds Wurst a little too far. Oh, Nolan Williams nearly pulled the trigger. Now Wurst back in behind for Nolan Williams off the boards. That one's going to carry him all the way into the Edina zone. Gunnar Johnson's going to regroup and look up ice as Nolan Williams guides that back in. Shantz will cut off. He was going to go to Zitzloff. Now it's Conan. He gets checked on the play while he was making his decision, but stayed on it. Nice job there by the skipper defenseman. Absorbed the hit, plays back in behind. Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson to the left wing. Nice play by Overman to keep it alive. And back into the skipper zone it goes. It's going to be Bear with it as he plays over for Newhouse. Back in behind. Jammed down by Rugemer as Anderson helps out. In front of the net it goes. Rugemer was there, nearly forced the turnover. Henry runs into Rugemer. Wow, the wrecking crew continues. Now it's to the left wing side. Picked up by the skippers. Streeter, too far for him as he took that one from Henry. Look out. That was taken away there by Streeter, albeit momentarily, as Borst dances up the right wing side, watched closely by Quinn. Clark plays that one in. Skippers now. Angle back up through center ice, across the line. Miller stood up on the play by Williams. Over to the near boards it goes. Now it's going to be Borst again as he'll cruise up the left wing side. He's watched by Miller, brought down on the play to the corner it goes. 4:07 to go and counting. Late here in the third period. It's going to be Newhouse across the center to the right wing side. Worms loads it up, and that's deflected up and out of play.
Well, it was a good play by Newhouse to get it to Worms. Worms had some space, but it quickly closed. Either Jimmy Clark or Nicholas Williams ramped that one up and out of play, but faceoff's going to be to Loudenhoek's left. Just one tick under 4 minutes to go in regulation time. Offensive zone faceoff for the skipper team. And it looks like they're going to let Lacombe take that draw against A.J. Dahl. Very important faceoff for both teams.
I'll tell you what, I might have a surprise color commentator on my baseball calls for the high school this year, and I'm not going to unveil it until I make a press release. I'm serious. I just got a text. I'm excited. You won't believe it either. You're going to love it. Now back across the line, it's Boltman.
The way I'm taking that is you offered it to me and then you're taking it away because somebody jumped in and said, I could do a lot better than
well,
this
you
guy.
Didn't sell me on it. You didn't sell our viewers on it.
Perfect.
You did the old we'll negotiate and you opened the door.
Well, I just wanted to talk about it. You always put me on the spot and then you kind of, you make me feel
All you
fun.
have to do is say yes and then tell me you're busy. It doesn't matter.
All right. Yes, I'm busy.
There. Okay, great. You're in. but you're out.
I'm sure the person that you have waiting in the wings is going to do a far better job than I could. Even though I do have a passion.
I am going to make
a
big announcement, and it'll be exciting.
It already is.
You're not going to be able to get off work.
You're probably right.
I mean, most of the games are in the afternoon. You can do the Saturday games.
Sure.
From Braemar.
I'm in.
In front, that one just misses the mark.
See how quickly I committed to that one?
I know. See, you're learning.
I'm getting there.
The art of the sale, the art of the deal. Whatever happened to that? The Harvey McKay book. Now up to the right point. There's a shot that's deflected.
Well, we migrate to the Zig Ziglar books, but a little extracurricular after the whistle.
2:57 to go here in the third.
Boy, you think this means something to these programs this game? Might not have a lot to do with really much, but both teams are playing like it's a, Saturday night.
I'm going to say
X.
this. If Edina can win this game, that ups their record to 13-9-3. They've got some signatures in there. But I think they have every reason to believe that they would argue for a 3 seed.
No, I don't disagree. And look at their schedule as well. I mean, they don't shy away from anybody.
I mean, I still feel as though Benilde St. Margaret's has to be in the short discussion for 1 or 2.
I don't disagree with that as well. It's a muddy section.
I'm just not dying with excitement over the CDH off-season schedule or a non-conference schedule, but they may have it. They've got some huge wins. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they're the one. There's a chance in front. The puck rolls. In front it goes again as they try to work their way through traffic. Overman is there. 2:15 to go in the period. Back off the end boards. Maybe Blake is the 2. I don't know. I mean, not everybody can be 1, and you got to play each other, so good luck, guys. Now it's going to be Streeter with it. I'd love to be a part of that meeting, though. That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't that be fun? Fly on the wall.
Just amazing.
You should be involved in the meeting. You should have a vote.
Oh, I don't know. Now I'm glad I don't. Nicholas Williams looks up ice. Wanted to find Willie Johnson and misfired on that. And icing the call with 1:43 to go.
Yeah, I got a little bit more lift on that than I think he wanted, so it's going to come all the way down. These faceoffs are becoming more and more important as that time clicks down. So Minnetonka with a great opportunity. It's going to be Graham Harris in the dot against A.J. Dull again.
It's pretty much overtime at this stage of the game. I'm calling it. Next goal wins. Long pass brings Willie Johnson. Here comes Shantz. Clears that one. Nearly hits Johnson. Now Dahl takes over from the top of the left point. Down low they go. Bounding puck. Nice stick there by Boltman to keep alive. And a glove save. Whoa, what focus there by Shantz. He looks that one in. Beautiful work there.
Well, very athletic by Jake Boltman to turn and fire and get it on goal. But better concentrate, or really solid concentration by Brandon Schatz. There's a lot of body, sticks, and legs in front of him. So to corral that puck was a pretty nice play at the right time. 1:23 left in regulation.
Morton in to take the draw for Edina. He has DeVoe on his right and Williams on his left. For the Skippers, it's Keppers on the right wing. Oh, he was jammed as that's going to be Lacombe to play that in. They got Lagerback on the left side. Lagerback's helmet is loose. He might have to hop off the ice if it's loose like that. He's going to try and button it up. He gets one. He's got one loose.
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute.
Back up the neutral zone it goes with under a minute to play in the third period.
I like the on-air production by Teddy Lagerbach. There's no way he wanted to come off the ice, so he took the glove off. At least snapped one to keep it from flapping around. He hasn't yet snapped the other one, so he's pretty comfortable with where it is right now. But time is of the essence, under a minute.
Williams. Ahead it goes. That's off the stick of Kiffin. He'll give that one over for Miller. Back to Kiffin with 37 to go. Keppers guides this back in behind. Cut off by Hogue. Off the. Oh, wow. Was that like mutual there? I think it was.
I think they're just getting along really well.
Something else. That was
everybody loves
Kiffin
the hug,
and over,
right?
but yeah. It was now it's going to be played to the left wing. 15 to go. Overman now. That's off the stick of Borst as they look this one back up ice. Here comes Kiffin. He has some speed. Now Lager back to the left wing, gathers in, lets a shot go that deflects away. Now Lacombe is there, and that's going to do it here for regulation, and why not? Perfect way to end our regular season with an overtime thriller here from Braemar Arena.
Well, we just want to extend it if we can, but both teams earned this overtime session. Both teams have earned the right to get the chance to earn the win, so to speak, but going to be very, very exciting from this point forward. I think nothing's going to be left on the benches as both teams switch sides. It's Brandon Shantz just going to tend to his goal right now, where Loudon Hogue's joining his team at the bench, but we're going to drop the puck in about 1:40, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this overtime period. Goal scorers tonight for Edina. It was Boltman with his 4th and Teddy Lagerbach with his 17th on the power play. That's his 5th power play goal. Is this going to be an overtime podcast, or what kind of music we got going here?
This used to be my theme song.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
That's pretty
sweet.
You'd be
mildly impressed.
Yeah, no, I was kind of lost myself in it a little bit there, and
I'm just trying to reel you back in. That's what I do.
Right now, I'm picturing Keith Moon getting ready to go.
Oh my word!
I mean, my idol, my hero.
No.
Seriously.
No. And a lot of great drummers back in the day.
I mean, there is nobody like it. I see some people heading for the exits, beating the traffic. Why would you beat the traffic right now? Because, we're streaming? Maybe.
I don't get it either. And I think it looks like a hockey team up there. It doesn't look like it's actually a bunch of the fans actually getting up to leave, or too many anyway. But pretty good representation on both sides.
You're probably right. Good call. Yeah, there's a decent crowd assembled here today. Oh, look at this. Love this. Taylor Needleman from Dallas checking in, as is Matt Brum, Dallas, Texas, close and near and dear to my heart. Love
yes,
that
indeed.
city. Spent the better part of almost 3 years there. Now it's Henry with it. Back up ice. Shook off the stick of Rugemer. This is sudden victory, as we like to say in the business.
I like that better.
Back into the neutral zone. We'll accentuate the positive. Here comes Borst off the turnover and on goal. Oh, and that one's just wide. Rugemer looks out front. Oh, and that one went off Henry's stick back behind. Rugemer tried to force that one through. Oh, goodness.
That was an atomic
now it's going to be
sauce.
Overman back in behind. Like the sidewalk slam, the atomic sauce. Now it's going to be Wyatt Wurst who plays that one in. Now set up behind the net. I've always been a fan of the inverted DDT. Off the boards. Icing the call. You know you got a few.
Yeah. Boy, broke it second on the ice and it didn't come into play. That's the first time this season probably that's happened, but we're just 6:56 left in this overtime. Offensive zone faceoff, and it's going to be A.J. Dulligan, who's had some success against Braden Lacombe. A very important faceoff, especially for the Skippers.
There's a wrister that's wide of the mark, back into the corner. Zitzloff checked by Dahl. Now it's Willie Johnson, Lacombe on him. Zitzloff and Dahl again pin up. Conan nearly lost his twig there and looked at the official and said, how do you think that just happened? Now it's going to be Dahl with it, looks back into the corner. Now it's Clark who plays that over to Boltman. Nicholas Williams rings it hard back in behind, cut off by the stick of Shantz. Now it's going to be Conan, looked back over for Zitzloff as Dahl took that away. And Conan opts to carry that to the right side. Lacombe sets that one in. Cut off by Hogue behind the net. Here comes Boltman. Ahead he goes. Chipped by Clark into the Tonka zone as the Skippers will turn it back up ice. That's off Clark's stick at center. But now here's Quinn with a chance. Took that feed from Worms. Back in behind the net it goes. Over to the left wing side. It's Nicholas Williams out of the zone. Sends that one ahead. That's off a skipper's stick as they'll play this in deep. Anderson washed on the play. Checked by Williams. Here comes Worst to put pressure on Bear as it's going to be picked up now out of the zone by Harris. Harris now from center shovels that into the bench area with 5:40 to go here in the period.
Well, for those that are listening, we can do the Waggy Challenge, and if you have an idea who's going to score the overtime goal for each team, why don't you go ahead and fire David a message. But 5:40 to go, still lots of time to enjoy this the splendors of overtime. No team has really got that point blank of a shot, so both teams are playing very close to the vest.
Played off the boards behind the net. Morton comes down. Worst hit him with that centering feed. He wanted to get that out to Nolan Williams. Worst wraps his man up. Williams, nice stick there to get that one away from Miller. Now it's Henry at the line. He's stopped. Miller supports back up through center. He goes down on the play and back into the corner it goes. Wyatt Worst now will look back off the boards as he'll play that off the netting, and we'll have a whistle with the faceoff coming in the Edina zone.
Boy, that was a really nice exit by Minnetonka, being contested the whole way. They got the puck out of the zone, actually got it down deep into the Edina zone. Wyatt Worst, that went off his stick up and out of play, so it's going to be to Loudenhoog's left. Now again, an important faceoff with an emphasis on the Edina Hornets.
Lager back, the big clapper that misses the mark. Zitzloff comes over from the point. Oh, that one deflects, but takes a carom over to the boards. From our angle here in the far corner, that looked like that was headed the other way. Now Boltman.
Pete, and my memory isn't the best, but I think last year we were in the same scenario where Edina did a deflection, beat Charlie Glockner to win the game 2-1.
I don't remember at all, so there's been a couple games between that and this one.
Yeah, no kidding, especially for you.
Now Borst with it. Well, you too. Who you kidding? Now it's going to be Overman, finds Borst toward the net, tried to muscle his way there with Lager back on him. Physical play there. Nice heavy hit by Overman, who was knocked down by Conan. They'll go off the glass. It's gathered in by Boltman at center ice. We have one guy that came in on the challenge. Jim Carroll says 21 for Minnetonka will be your goal scorer.
Oh, Miller?
On goal.
Not a bad call. He's had a good showing tonight so far.
Send us who else you think's going to score, one from each team. We've got a Jackson Borst that's come through.
Not a bad pick as well.
Clark pushes to the corner. There's Miller as he plays this around. Quinn. Dahl comes over and hammers him. Now it's going to be Quinn with it. His shot's deflected away. They try to work this one around the boards. Over to the right wing side. Harris, he's had a good game from the right wing side. Plays this one, picked up by the Hornets as they'll transition. But Skippers have just been absolutely snuffing out the neutral. Clark was there, no offside on the play. Miller controls, plays to center. Wyatt Worst looked to guide that one ahead. Now it's going to be Clark who makes the play. Reaching for it there was Willie Johnson. Now it's Harris to turn this back up. Nice feed to Nick Henry. Henry to the backhand as he's bothered. 3:20 to go in the extra session. No shootout here. We're not going to go skills competition a la the show. And a hand pass is called. We bring it down into the skipper zone.
Well, talking about the shootout, boy, the one that was against the Wild, it's still scratching my head about that one where it was Panarin that came in and actually skated backwards, pulled the puck out, and then put it over the outstretched goalie. So I'm glad we don't have a shootout here. That was awful frustrating. But now, as you said, Pete, it's all the way down in the Minnetonka zone. It's going to be Hunter Newhouse against Emmett Worst on this faceoff. Who is Kurt Giles opted
they opted to
change the lines.
Go with some size here.
Yep, Jackson Borst, and they got Rugemer. I have a feeling Rugemer's going to go right to the net. He's a big body.
It's cut off along the way. There's a shot that's blocked. Newhouse. Oh, he's submarined by Wyatt Worst. Here's a chance along the way. There's a shot off the side of the goal. That shot was blocked. Now the goaltender is on the bench. We have a 6-on-5. Borst takes his man down. Better be careful. They could take you twice.
Indeed they can, but very gutsy by the official to call a penalty. But You had to call that one. It was worse in desperate times. Did what he had to do to stop that scoring chance. So now it's up to Edina to pick up their teammate. Just 2:53 left in this overtime period. A majority of this is going to be a power play for Minnetonka, barring another penalty or a goal. So trying moment for the Edina Hornets.
Before the penalty, we had John Hillen check in, and he said it was going to be Lagerback, going to be Teddy. And now on the power play, there's your guy.
There
we'll
he
see.
is. Win the
That
faceoff
could be
too.
Brilliant. That could be ingenious. It's brilliant. There's Miller with it. Knocked back to center by Kavanaugh. Kiffin plays for Lagerback, back in his own zone as he'll turn up ice. Off the stick of Lacombe. Nice job to catch that feed as he leaves off for Lagerback, back into the corner. Lagerback will protect the puck as he carries and leaves that up for Miller. Miller now from the top of the right circle. Dusts it off, gives off for Kiffin. That's blocked in front. Boltman, puck's loose. What a save made by Hogue. 1:21 of power play time left.
Well, Boltman got in front of that shot, and he's feeling it right now, but he's tough. He goes through this once or twice a game, but a very gutsy individual on that Edina Hornet backline, but they kept the puck out of the net. Just 1:21 left in the penalty to Wyatt Worst, but a pretty good sequence of events for this Minnetonka Skippers team. Put a pretty good shot on goal, but Boltman, gutsy player, stepped in front of it.
Now it's going to be Miller with it. Off the boards, gets it back. Up for Kiffin, Miller. Down low they go. There's a walk and a shoot there by Lacombe. 1:58 in the period, 1:05. Long shot, nice save by Hogue. Boy, has he been big. Now it's going to be gloved down by Kiffin. He gives over for Miller. Now it's Lagerback at center. Knocked off of his stick as he'll come to the line. Lagerback down low. Nice blocker pad save by the Hornet goaltender, Loudon Hogue. Now it's going to be Shantz. Ooh, it hopped his stick. Look out! Clark was coming with some speed there. Wow, that was an interesting. Now it's going to be Lagerback behind the back for Newhouse. They try to get it right back to the slot areas. That's thwarted. Gets real muddy off the side of the cage. Now 31 of power play time and 1:24 of the overtime period.
Well, been a very responsible kill for Edina. They're supporting their goaltender, but Hunter Newhouse, he's so skilled. Sometimes I think he's a little bit unselfish, and I say this out of respect, but sometimes just he's got to shoot the puck more. He has so much skill. He had an offering, try to put it back out into traffic. Didn't quite work, but I have a lot of respect for Hunter Newhouse. I just wish he'd take those shots once in a while.
Face off to the corner. Boltman looks to play that one up to the line. Zitzloff now with 1:13. Gets it back from Conan. Back down it goes for Streeter. Off the side boards or the end boards of Nick Henry. Now it's going to be Conan. Zitzloff with it. That was awfully close. Now from the top of the right circle. Newhouse is shifty. That one's turned aside. Morton knocks that off the board. Zitzloff was there. He runs into a check. Now it's going to be Wyatt Worst to the bench. 48 seconds to go in the overtime. On steps Overman. They kick that over to the wall, but that's knocked down by Streeter as he turns away. In front it goes. Now the Hornets will try to gather in with a breakout here, 5-on-5. At center, Zitzloff plays ahead. Newhouse turns this one up ice. He works outside on Gunnar Johnson. Nice play by the Hornet defenseman. Wow, veteran there. Hogue will pounce on that with 22.7 seconds left.
Boy, Gunnar Johnson made a really nice play, as you said, Pete, on that one. Hunter Newhouse is not an easy player to hang with, but he did a good job. Not only stayed with him, but ran him into the boards and let him know he's in the neighborhood. Hunter Newhouse pretty tough. Didn't seem to bother him too much, but offensive zone faceoff just 22.7. Very important faceoff for the Edina Hornets right now.
We're ready to go here with 22.7 to go in the overtime period. Big draw won by the Skippers. They try to push this one through traffic. Off the end boards, it's Lacombe. Now it's going to be played over to the near boards. Williams plays ahead for Rugemer. He finds Boris with 10 seconds across the line. Overman reaches, lets it go toward Miller. In front they go, knocked away by the defense. Now it's going to be played up the wall. There's Nicholas Williams, a shot at the buzzer. Wouldn't have counted as that was A quick one in on goal, and ladies and gentlemen, they end it with a 1-1 tie for Edina. Now that's their 4th tie of the season. They finish the season now 12-9-4, and the Skippers close it out at 500 at 12-12-1.
Well, I think both teams came to play tonight. We appreciate their efforts. Very entertaining game from the first drop of the puck all the way to the final buzzer in this overtime period. Both teams left nothing on the bench. I know it's cliche, but it was just a great exhibition of Lake Conference hockey tonight. But 1-1 is your final. But wish both teams the best of luck moving forward in sectional play.
No question about that. The American Family Insurance North-South Classic, Tradition Holiday Classic, American Family Catholic Boys Hockey Showcase, Tradition of the Park, Tradition of the Pick. We had the Walser Invite. We did the Southwest Christian Minnesota River game. Went and did the Breck Blake girls. And in between youth and high school hockey games that our teams produced this year, it was 179 total broadcasts.
How about that?
We're not done yet, as we're going to be continuing with the youth hockey region tournaments. Be sure to check our viewer guides, as we'll have all of the action you need coming up for that down the road here pretty shortly, as well the youth state tournaments. And we will also be bringing you the state tournament audio from the XL Energy Center. A special thank you to everyone that's worked these broadcasts for us this year, for all of the people that have come out in droves to watch our high school hockey coverage in record numbers. We thank each and every one of you. Without you, we can't do this, and we appreciate it. For our camera operator, Todd Grover, our director, David Hillen, who's taken us to the next level. And for Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.